But there is a toll,
There's
and
a toll.
I'm experiencing it right now.
The only thing
me
I
too.
can say,
Yeah.
I say to all of the young engineers, look, if there is going to be a loud session in the control room, and they're going to be banging it on those monitors, for instance, I was up at Drake's studio, 40, his producer, you know who he is.
In Toronto?
Yeah, beautiful studios, great guy. He has boxes full of these specially made in-ear
Yeah.
attenuators. You got it. You have to protect your ears.
I carry them on my keychain.
Yeah.
I carry them on my keychain, just in
Yeah.
case somebody cranks it.
I take plugs
you have
everywhere
to.
now too. But just from the perspective of Hendrix, I mean, playing his guitar parts with that, I feel like it's all sort of distilled down now to people listening through computer speakers and iPods and things like that and headphones. But those crazy sounds came from that combination of the guitar and the amp and that interaction.
It's the guitar. I mean, it starts, obviously, it's a mental process first. And one thing I have said before about Jimmy is if you were so privileged to have watched him play in front of you, the brain synapse kicks in, there's the sound, whatever the thing he's creating, and there's an immediate chain reaction through his body. It goes through his heart and through his fingers, and then the sound comes out the amp. But it's this instantaneous feel, sound thing. It's like it's all of a sudden sort of the heavens open up.
Yeah, that's how I felt. That's why I play the guitars, because it's the reason I play.
It's almost indescribable.
I felt
Imagine
that,
hearing for the first time in front of the Marshall amp and you go, how the fuck am I going to record that?
Yeah.
But it's this mind-body thing through the fingers, through the guitar, and then the amp, and then the pedals, and then, okay, now it's out in the room. Now you're moving air. Okay, that's right. Now I have to do my little thing to it, which is how we started when I started screwing around with what he was doing out in the studio, and he came into the control room to listen and went, oh yeah, okay. And he walks out and starts twiddling some knobs and freaking around with pedals, and I'm going, and I'm running around going crazy trying to get different shit together, and we never stopped competing. It was always, okay, you're doing this? Okay, well, I'll try this. Are you doing that? Okay. And
That's where you get all that creative stuff, right?
Yeah,
and it's like,
wonderful. Yeah.
And then,
So
you know,
cool.
we would laugh about it because we were trying, almost in the beginning, we were trying to top each other to see who could come up with the weirdest stuff.
Yeah.
But he loved this freedom of creativity that, you know, my mind was completely open to whatever sounds he was, and you want something even weirder? Okay, let me see what. It's an instinctive thing. You know, I hear the song, and all of a sudden I'm hearing a sound that will finally imprint the final mix. That's what it's all about.
Was it the Beyer M160? Was that the primary
the Beyer
microphone?
M160
Why don't I have one of those?
They sound so good,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah. Oh, man. Beautiful ribbon mic, right? One of the classic sort of.
Yeah.
And they would kind of handle more than a. Oh, thank you. They would handle more than a Coles, right? Like you could easily blow up a Coles mic. Thank you.
You would not put a Coles on an amp.
Right, but a Beyer would deal
A
with.
Beyer actually does give you grief if you hit it too hard with a lot of air. So you have to be careful not to put it on a bass amp, for God's sakes.
So and there was probably a threshold with the guitar where you could push it too hard. Would you just move it back in that case?
Well, the thing is, the Royer will not break up and it won't get damaged. But the Beyer had a sense. Well, there are two ribbons. It was a double ribbon cardioid.
Cool.
Your next question, Squire.
All right, I'm all set
That's
here.
the first.
Baby, You're a Rich Man. 1967, done in 6 hours. Thank you very much. Something like
That's
that.
close. That's a very close dial-in.
What was that day like? I mean,
I was shit scared, that's for sure. Freaking Beatles. You know, you go, okay, it's the Beatles, we know. Okay, thank you very much.
but you were at Olympic, right?
I'm at Olympic, but why do they come to Olympic? Because they couldn't get into EMI. EMI was booked. So, okay, what's the best studio in London? It was Olympic. And we were not tied to any of the record labels.
Right.
We were an independent studio.
Yeah, right.
So we had the ability to sort of be a little bit more, shall we say, creative and aggressive, which is what we were. Yeah, we got the call, and Keith Grant, my boss and I, we did the session and booked it for 7 o'clock, and they were right there on time. And we set it up, and he said, "We're gonna show these guys that we can hang with the big dudes. We'll give EMI a run for their money," and we did. We tracked it, we overdubbed it, and we mixed it all in one night. So we finished about 3 or 4 in the morning or something like that.
Great.
So I mean,
So incredible.
do you know about some of the things that are on that single? You know,
The keyboard is that
Okay.
crazy. What is
Do you
that
know what that
called?
is?
I can't remember the name of it.
I don't know what it is. Something Clavinova or something?
okay, you're close. Okay, so here's the background story. Imagine Olympic, this big studio, right? And we started at 9 o'clock in the morning with strings or horns, or it's a commercial, or it's a movie, or it's something. I mean, anywhere from 20-piece to a 70-piece orchestra, with a big screen at one end and projection room above. And we used to do a lot of music to picture. And inevitably, on any one given day, there's a collection of instruments hanging out because they haven't been picked up yet. So the Beatles walk in, we do the session, and John wanders out into the studio and says, "Oi, what's this then? Oi, what's this then?" And on the table, there was a table with about, I don't know, 10 different French electronic instruments. And they had this beautiful, it's like a teardrop shaped radio with knobs on it. It was really an amplifier. And a little keyboard, probably about this big. And you could put your finger on the keyboard and then you could shake it from side to side because there was a little thing so that the keyboard actually moved around. You could make vibrato.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Okay.
So it's called an ondioline. It's a clavioline, an ondioline, and all of that. And if you look it up, you'll see that's what it is. So John said, "All right, let's try this." And he had an idea for the sound. I mean, few takes, it was nailed. I mean,
Wow.
the guy, he was genius.
And that's that crazy pitch.
Yeah.
So cool.
And then now, you know those breaks, dang, 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 with the piano's thumping. That is the Bechstein piano smashed with a pi limiter. That's the only thing that will give you that sound. The only thing, because it's like there's so much compression that as he's playing it, as he comes off each note, it goes, it's just, it's in your face like that.
Wow.
It's
So
great.
did you do a plug-in version of that with Waves?
I did.
That
It's
I used to
bloody
use that.
good.
It was really,
it's really
cool.
we modeled it after that, and it's the closest thing to a real one. Yeah.
Wow, cool.
You got to do some other stuff.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
wait to look at his delay pedal.
We must.
Yeah.
Yeah, exciting.
So this is Cool Gear,
Cool gear. We got some cool pedals here to check out.
and these guys make great pedals, and they've made a new pedal.
The Echo Bandit.
Yes. And did everybody meet you, Francesco?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Hi everybody, this is Francesco at F Pedals.
Yeah.
There he is.
And these guys have been working together for a long time. So this is the new delay.
So we have a mix control
Uh-huh.
to have a balance between guitar and delay. If you go all the way down to 0, it will be just clean guitar.
Sounds good.
The idea was to emulate a tape delay.
Okay, cool.
I came here like a few months ago,
Yeah.
and after your suggestion,
Yeah.
we decided to include the tape control.
Oh, that's so beautiful with the long delay.
Should go back to that setting you had when he was
Yeah,
said it
put
was
it like
nice.
I like it because it's not too bright.
It filters out nicely.
Yeah, it's really nice. Turn the level down a little bit. Sounds like a tape delay.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
I love the way it filters out.
That's beautiful.
Yeah. Pete, you ready?
Wonderful. Yeah, sure.
I love it. You guys
This
are
is fun. You guys are
You're
just-
so serious.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Idiota.
That's okay.
We're making some psychedelic shit right now. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's right enough right there.
And great pedals. It sounds
Great
really
pedals,
cool. I mean, I don't know what any of the knobs are, what they do, but all I know. Sounds
Francesco, do your
Yes.
Yeah.
Phase vibe. It's 3 different modes. It's a classic phaser in position 1, an auto one in position 2, and a univibe in position 3. It's
great.
either like a phaser with a hint of a univibe in one, or the next show is univibe,
Oh, okay.
based on the speed that you set.
Wow.
It has a level control and a tone control if you want to darken or brighten. And then the head distortion. It's 3 modes distortion. In mode 1 is a more compressed lower output, like a heavy distortion sound. In position 2 it's an emulation of the tubes, so we use LED lights to emulate the tubes.
Okay.
And it's a warmer, like
Little warmer.
crunchier, yes, more dynamic, so even a low distortion level you get more of a dynamic. And in position 3 it's a classic Germanium. So it has a very, like, from 0 to, let's say, 75%, it has a lot of dynamic, very bluesy, very, like, classic rock.
Yeah.
And then from 75 and up, it becomes, like, real, like, a Jimi Hendrix files. This is the new one, the Echo Bandit.
The nice thing is when the delay is dark, you can get the mix up a little higher because it's not clouding the floor tone. So I'm going to try.
Takes a minute to warm up.
Hey, thanks for joining us on another Tim and Pete's Guitar Show. What a pleasure to have you guys join us. It was just amazing, and those pedals are incredible. And,
Yeah.
and Eddie, we can't thank you enough for
Oh, thank you
answering all
so
our
much.
questions.
Come back as soon as possible.
I will.
We'll see you real soon on another Tim and Pete's Guitar Show.
Cheers.
Over now.